Hey everyone, Joe here from Action X. Welcome to Let Joe Talk, or welcome back if you somehow are really at the very bottom of your YouTube content consumption. Because, yeah, the world is pretty crazy right now. Pretty crazy. Um, because it's actually pretty funny. Not the whole situation. The situation is pretty serious, but it's just funny how my logo is literally my logo around the world, and I barely talked about the world, and the world is now really in kind of a bad place, to be completely honest with you. And so today on this week's episode of Legend Talk, we're going to talk about the coronavirus and how I want to say hashtag fuck it, screw it to hell. It's going to be a very volatile episode. It's going to be a very opinionated episode, which again, if you are unaware, Legend Talk is an opinionated show. It's my opinion. If you agree with me, that's great. If you don't agree with me, that's fine too. But anyway, let's begin because there's a lot to talk about. My voice is ready to an extent. Anyway, let's go. Also, I apologize. I missed a couple of episodes of Legend Talk in the past couple of weeks because my voice went away during one of the planned recording weekends, so I could not overuse my voice that long. So my voice is now back to its normal capabilities. But so anyway, let's get down to the to today's topic. I kind of underestimate the coronavirus, to be honest with you. I was one of those people that was like, "Oh, this is just a problem overseas people are having. We are not going to have that issue at all. We're going to continue life as it is." And as for me personally, I had a lot on my mind, so I didn't really see much of this virus as something that was coming up in a major way affecting my life, because I said this before this past few set of episodes that I am graduating this coming May from college. It's a conclusion of a chapter. It's a very different point in my life if I'm comparing it from when I started college career wise at the end of 2015 to now the start of 2020. A lot has changed, a lot for the best, and so I was really prepared for myself to kind of wrap this up on a high note. And then all this happened. Slowly but surely, I was aware the coronavirus impact started to hit the world in early February, around that time period. That's when it started to branch off away from its origin, and it started to get to where it was currently today. But I wasn't really paying attention to it until more recently in the past couple of weeks, where I had my spring break, and then we came back from spring break, and my first day of class, my professors were all very much, giving us words of encouragement that hopefully this virus would be a 2-week endeavor, especially for us, since my university was one of the first universities in the New York State to take action against it, and actually had suspended physical classes early on, and then went into online courses slowly then after, before everyone else did. So I thank my university for taking initiative on that, avoiding the risk. And from what I was told, it was very much that end of March we're going to be back. Things will be back to normal. So we'll just go from there. But as the weeks continued past that day, and it just became more and more prevalent that this was not going to be an issue that was going to go away overnight. So the next day, literally, that night, I came home from work, a long day of work, and I was at my computer desk, and I got a phone call from the university that we were switching over to online classes for 2 weeks starting the next day, because we were told that it was going to be a test run later that week, and then we were going to continue physical classes the next week just to keep things normalized, but that didn't really work out. So in my opinion, by that point, it was okay, 2 weeks, not bad. I think that was the same week that the James Bond movie No Time to Die got delayed too. So it wasn't affecting me hard yet. It was to the next week that, for me personally, things hit it. Point proven, shit hit the fan hard. I had gotten another email that my university was suspending the whole semester's physical classes. We were switching online for the whole remaining of the semester, which would have taken us to mid-May. So what started out as a 2 week 2 weeks, and then we're back. Now it's more of no, it's the whole semester. The remaining 2 months you had, you're not going to see anyone. And then was the panic shopping. I work in a retail store, and later that week, and before I continue, like, I'm sorry if my voice sounds like I had a very depressing story. It's just that's kind of I don't want to like use my normal voice because like I'm usually excited, hyper energetic, that sort of thing. But when it comes to this, I can't really go beyond my current tone, so to go back to the depressing sounding voice. So then, before the panic shopping spree last week happened, 2 weeks ago, the movies that I was really looking forward to got delayed. New Mutants got delayed again, and more movies got delayed. And Fast 9 got delayed, and obviously, of course, these are just movies. But for me, I love movies. I love going to the theaters and seeing them. This year was great with movies for me personally because my priority is to always see a movie with a friend of mine because I love the experience of being in a theater with my friends and having fun. I got to see My Hero Academia 2, Heroes Rising, Birds of Prey. I think I saw another movie in January. No, those were the only two movies, and those were such fun experiences. Those were great, but then after that they started pushing it back. More and more. Onward didn't really do well financially. Bloodshot did horrendous. Not because the movie was bad, and I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't really talk about it. I've heard very mixed things about it, but they didn't do much, and it was because of this freaking virus thing. So, No Time to Die got delayed. All the other movies got delayed, and then as slowly as the weeks went on, more of the movies that I was looking forward to got pushed because it came to a point where like even movie studios were like there was no guarantee that things were going to improve anytime soon. And even the video game industry, I play video games a lot, and I love that industry. I heard that GDC was getting pushed this summer. E3 was canceled, and there's talks about video games getting delayed because with studios having to shut down and work from home, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get the same productivity levels as they would have done in studio. So there's rumors that games might be delayed, and that's pretty crazy. Like from what I heard, it's like anything up to April is going to be fine. It's May and beyond that might be a bit tricky to kind of predict because every studio is different. Every studio has their different agendas and different ways of doing things. So that was prevalent. And then Friday hit. It was like, oh my god, when Friday hit, the panic shopping was severe for my state. Oh my god, New York City it got hit hard. It got really hit hard. So for me, when I showed up to work on Saturday, because Thursday is when it started. Thursday was like pretty crazy. That stuff was, there was just so many people, and they had, I was all over the place trying to help out where I could, and it was just a mess. It was a mess. The lines were massive. And then I came in on Saturday because I don't work on Fridays because of my school schedule. So when I came on Saturday, it was even worse, and it was like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? Everyone's buying everything. Our shelves are getting empty. Everyone's being called to help out in registers, and it was crazy, man. It was a sight to behold. And then when all the chaos ended by Monday, it was just a ghost town. Like this was not the store I worked for, and it's pretty crazy. Even now, like, we're still recovering. Like, my store is not even close to where we were before this. We are missing a lot of supplies. We're missing a lot of stock. And I'm being open about it because every store across America is like that right now. And I'm recording this literally the night that my city had decided to announce that we were going into total shutdown. That if you're non-essential job environment, you're shutting down. You can't operate to limit the movement. So only the places that are essential are going to remain open. I'm still in that industry so I'm still working. I'm still working my usual hours plus more because people are taking off. It's a health risk. I understand that, but it's just for me. I said this beforehand, and I'm still going to say this now. We need to keep living life. We need to keep moving forward. For me personally, that's different because for me, I'm still playing games. I'm watching a lot of movies. I'm watching a lot of shows. I love talking to my friends. That's my way of living life. So before you say, "Oh, you're one of those people that you want to go outside, you don't want to stop your life because of the severity of the situation." No, here's the thing. The when they announced that my gym was getting canceled, I got fucking angry because I was like, okay, you're starting to now affect the thing I've been working on for months and months and months, and you're taking away the one source of the one place I can go to get that. That's what I was getting pissed off over. I told one of my friends about it that if they canceled gyms and they had to like suspend gym physical fitness, I was going to start getting pissed. And then, and again, I know that I understand like there are bigger things going on. There are people getting sick. There are people dying. I understand that, and I feel sorry for those people. I do. It's just that this comes back to the whole panic shopping thing. Is that at the end of the day, people only care about themselves and their problems. They are not focused on the next person behind them, or the person on their left, or the person on their right. They don't. At the current moment, it's about what they're thinking about. Maybe the people they care about in life, their friends, their family, their loved ones. But that's it. You're not going beyond that. And that sounds like that's a shitty thing to say, but I have seen it firsthand a couple weeks ago. It happened. That's how people are. And you can't really deny it because that's how people are. Because I understand you have to protect your family, but you also protect everyone else. And there's nothing you can really do because you can't change everyone's mindset. Like, I mean, I don't have kids. I'm a kid because of my dad. Okay, I said that very horrible. I'm a kid to my dad, so my dad's responsibility is taking care of me, my sister. That's his priority. He wouldn't care about anyone else beyond that. But he also is a very conscious person. It's like, okay, I'm not going to take everything because I don't need everything. I don't need all this alcohol. I don't need all this hand sanitizer. I just need what I need, which is at best maybe 2, and then let everyone else have it. That's the fair assumption. That's the fair thing to do. But there are people that exist and have happened that they don't care. I've seen videos on the web where people have overstocked on everything, and they pass by people that don't have anything. Senior citizens that have nothing, and they don't care. That's the thing. Those are people. There are people out there. You can't deny that. Now, again, if you're one of those people and you want to come after me for saying that, go ahead. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, today, my store had just briefly got a brief resupply of stuff. I went to there as a customer. I went there after hours because I know there are workers that go during their shift to get their stuff just again. I understand that. I respect that. That's not me. I want to be a fair person, and I want to do this as a customer. So I waited till my shift was over. I went to that area. I could have been a dick. I know there's limits in place, but I could have been a dick and said, I'm going to go max on the limit. I'm going to take everything I want. No, I just took one. I took some wipes. I took some hand sanitizer. I just got one of each. That's all I needed. I didn't need to buy the maximum the limits because I know that there's someone else out there that needs it more than me. I'm going to leave it for them. That's the fair thing to do. I know I care about my family. I love my family. I would do anything for my family. I understand that, but I'm still a human being, and everyone else is a human being. So understand that you need to be good to everyone else. I understand. Here's the thing. I'm going to go on a tangent here, but brace with me. I have been the subject of growing up. A lot of people being mean to me, but at the end, and I've been put down a lot of times. And I don't want to make it sound like, oh, I'm the victim here. I'm not trying to do that. I'm telling you a personal experience that has happened that is true. You can ask. Well, you can't ask, but if I ask my friends, they've seen me there in that type of area, they'll back me up. But I have been at the mercy of many horrible people, and that doesn't mean I'm gonna be that way to other people. It does not mean that. I have made mistakes. I have done some bad things. Not like bad things like in terms of breaking the law or anything, but I've done some pretty shitty things that I regretted about. I can admit that. But I've always been the best I can to everyone else. Like, I'm always nice. I'm always a hard worker. I do what I need to do. Not necessarily sometimes at the time frame that people want them to, but I at least get it done. And it can get difficult. It can. I understand, what has everyone else done for me? I get that. I understand that people, they don't feel like they got enough in life, or they've been treated so horribly during life. Like, why should I care about everyone else? Well, sometimes you are just very unlucky to get those people that do not treat you fairly, that do not care about you, that, treat you like crap. I totally understand that. And I understand why. if I still let the stuff that guided me in my middle school and parts of my high school life dictate me right now, I would completely understand. I would be one of those people, but I don't. I do not. I'm always helpful. I always care about the next person behind me. I try to help when I can. I understand sometimes I can't help everyone. There's absolutely no way I can help everyone else in the world. But at least if I can help someone else out there, I'm totally okay with that. I'm not satisfied. I'm not saying that I don't get off of like, oh, I'm satisfied that I helped someone. No, it's a good thing. It's a human thing to do. And I still don't understand why everyone else can't follow that lesson. Like, it annoys me sometimes where I see people physically do that sort of things, and I can't do anything because of my job. Like, by the dictation of my job, I can't do anything. Like, all I can do is just be a neutral party. I can't really put my personal feelings there. Unless it's a very dire situation, which thankfully has never happened. But there have been moments where it's like, I could have easily cursed them out or put them in their place, but I didn't. Because, A, my job, and B, what is the point? There's enough problems in the world, there's enough fighting around the world, in politics and other areas of the world, that I would say at the top of my head, but I can't. There is fighting, and I don't want to contribute. Like, I am a man of peace. You can call me a hippie if you want. I'm a man of peace. I'm not one of those. I'm not a hippie. I'm just saying, if you want to call me a hippie, go ahead. I don't care. I'm a man of peace. I try to avoid conflict. That doesn't mean I'm a wimp. I could still defend myself. I just feel like there is no reason to fight. You're just wasting time. You could do something horrible as a result of that. I rather avoid that entirely and just keep moving forward. That's my mantra. I've been sticking to that for the past couple of years, and I'm going to keep doing that because that's how I am. And the thing everyone has to understand is that everyone. Here's where it gets a little bit construed here, like considering the whole magnitude of this point. You have to be who you are, but you also be respectful to everyone else. Like, it's the same thing about when you have an opinion versus an opinion. Politics is a very much of a different ballgame there, but still, follow me on this. You are going to have it. I have my own way of thinking, and I have someone else that has a different way of thinking. We're going to clash on our ideas, but at the end of the day, I'm only clashing. I don't disagree. I don't agree with what that person's saying, but I have to respect that that's the way the person is, and I got to be respectful to him no matter what, because that's the way a human being should be. I don't agree with you, but I'm not going to go out of my way to be a dick to you. That's the line you have to always figure out, and especially during this time period. I don't know how this is going to end. I really don't know. I'm still hopeful. I remain hopeful that we will get through this. We have survived a lot worse. I refuse to believe that this coronavirus is going to defeat us. That's my statement. And I've seen people out there on the website, no, you should take this seriously. I am the middle ground. I am not underestimating the severity of this virus. I understand. I look around and I see that a lot of people are getting affected by this. I see there are people dying from it. I am not denying that. But I also believe that we will get through this. Okay? I'm not going to live my life in fear. That's not going to happen. You can never convince me of that. Never. Never going to happen. So if you're... Because people are... That's the thing. Like, we're all doing our best to prevent further cases. A lot of people are quarantined. They're being on lockdown. They're staying home when they don't need to. It sucks to have your freedoms get taken away from you. Not in the sense of like, oh, you can't do this. Like, no, you shouldn't do this. We're putting measures to prevent, more people from getting hurt. And that's the thing everyone has to accept. It's only for a while. We're going to get through this. I don't know how long it's going to take. And I'm one of those people that is sadly not the most affected by it because I don't have the virus, at least that I know of, or will. I don't know. But the thing is that this is this is an important chapter of human history. This will go down as a pandemic that scared the world. How will we react to this? How will we survive this? When, where, how? No one has the answers. No one does. At least not yet. I still remain optimistic. We're going to get through this. I don't know when. People say April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Jesus Christ. It keeps going on and on and on. And I honestly really don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answers. I'm just a 22-year-old boy who is trying to graduate college and trying to figure out the next chapter of his life. That was my focus before all this happened. Now it's like, will I even graduate? Will I walk down the graduation ceremony line? Will I get that fake diploma? Do the Rocky pose and like, I did it. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, this was supposed to be a very finite conclusion to my college education, to my education career overall, and as to begin what the rest of my life is going to look like. This virus have changed everything. Where, sure, I get to finally catch up on my backlog. Sure, I get to spend a little bit more time on YouTube. Sure, I get to spend... No, I won't go there. I get to work more. I get more money. Yeah, I understand that. But it just sucks that when someone you have a very clear, defined version of how the world's going to be for you in the next few months and have that all twist around you. It sucks. It really does suck. And I know there are people that have been hit way harder than me. I understand that. But again, you can't focus on everyone in a very specific focus sense. But you do also have to focus on people elsewhere in the very broad sense. It's weird. It's a weird thing for me to say because, again, I'm not good with my vocabulary, but I'm trying to... The point of the message is that... First of all, hashtag fuck the coronavirus. I mean, I know there have been claims that, like, oh, China had it, and then, oh no, in the USA started, like, the coronavirus, the first case should have been China. There has been corroborating evidence where it originated from. And here's my message for those people. This is where things are going to get a little bit more divisive here. Okay, I'm going to phrase this. I'm going to say it the way my dad said it, so bear with me on this. Don't eat animals that you don't normally eat. It's fine when you're trying to survive in the wilderness or you have to fight for your life. I understand that. I get that. It's gross, it's weird, but guess what? You need to live. I get that. But if you have the option of eating something that is more acceptable in this society, I'm not trying to discourage the vegans or the vegetarians or the people on specific diet that they can't eat meat. I understand that. That is fine. That is respectable. That is acceptable. That is fine. I understand your reasons. I'm not trying to blame you here. But I'm just saying, like, at this day and age, there's a whole industry based on chicken, on pork, on meat, on veal, and fish. I understand that. That's all plausible. Because we know them. They've been tested. They've been cleared by the USDA, by all the regulation, all the international regulation companies. They've all been tested. But don't eat strange animals that have not been tested because you don't know where they've been or where they've been. I've seen pictures. And this is just in general. This is a general thing. I understand that everyone has their own culture. I understand that. And I respect everyone has their own culture. Because, again, it's another one of those things like, just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean I'm discouraging it. Doesn't mean I'm against it. But, however, there's a fine line to be crossed there. I understand we're humans. I understand we sadly have to eat animals to survive. I know, again, vegans and vegetarians, they survive just on that. I understand that. I get that. But, on this case, why? Why would you eat dogs? Why would you eat cats? I understand it. For me as an American, they're man's best friend. I have a cat, and I love my cat so much. And I wouldn't, if anyone would have done that to my cat, I would have clearly, I'll be brutally honest here. That person, I would beat them to a pulp. I would. Because it's my cat, I love it, and I know we're getting a really big off topic, and I understand there are going to be some people like, no, that's not true, the government, your government is lying to you, it's all fake news. I'm like, no, it isn't. No, it is not. There is video footage. You can clearly source it to there. It is a thing. I have a friend who verifies it, and I trust him with my life. Okay? You can't deny it. You can't. And there's going to be some people like, at the end of the and this is a very common theme in Legio Talk. It's all about the money. They only care about the money. And that is still a true fact, even in this case. And I think I've heard something that they were going to ban trade of that. And I know that's another thing that's going to affect that job market. For me, this is my response. Good. Ban it. Good. Protect those animals. Let them live. Let them live their lives organically, not to be eaten by someone else. That's fine. Ban it. Okay? If you're someone who, if somehow this is getting that way far out to the weeds, if you work in that industry and you want to say, oh, screw this guy, I don't care. I don't care. Again, this is Let's Just Talk. It's a very opinionated show. I'm very biased here. The thing is again, there are just some things you don't do. They're not. And I'm really losing off point here. What was my point? What was my point on the matter? Oh yeah. So the whole thing, like, yeah. So I for me personally, it started there, and it just started from there. And then we had the reports that the Chinese government knew about it, but they didn't want to like release the information yet, so they quieted the doctor who was going to be the whistleblower on that. Why can't human beings just be smart and say this could be a potential problem? Let's alert the public. Let's get this on the news so that people can stop. Like, it's the domino effect. Like, if this is going to be a problem, then announce it or do your best to stop it. Because there are people dying. There are people being affected by that. The whole economy could be fucked over. All because one government decided, let's not release it right now. We need to cover our asses. Or whatever their fucking reason is. You see what I mean? It's one person's actions that can have a domino effect. To go back to the point with the whole panic shopping thing. If you can just limit what you're buying and just get the opportunity for everyone else to buy their stuff, you can actually help them out. That's a good domino effect. If you're purposely keeping things quiet just because you don't want to be scrutinized, but then you're going to cause more problems down the line, that's a bad domino effect. That's what you have to avoid. That's the thing. I'll never understand why certain people in power do that. I never understand. Like, if something is wrong in my life personally, if I'm going to talk about it to someone. It could be one of my many friends, could be my family members. Someone's going to know about it. I'm going to get advice on that, and I'm going to okay, I'm going to follow through on that. Either it's an immediate response or an eventual response, depending on the severity of the situation, mind you. But in this case, this should have had a faster response. And now more people are being affected by it, by the day. And again, it's the thing, like, how will this conclude? When will life go to normal? I really don't know. I wish, for me personally, it would be at the end of the month, by April, no bet. But it's not going to happen. It's not. Like, the more movies that get pushed, the more stuff that gets delayed, it's like, it's only increasing the severity of this whole ordeal. So, I don't know. I really don't know. I still hate this virus. It can go to hell. The persons or people who have inadvertently started this whole chain of events can go fuck themselves. Again, part of my language, but I'm being brash here. I'm being honest here. Because I'm a man of honesty. I'm always honest to people. So yeah. Fuck the virus. And again, my message to you all, be good people. Just be good. I mean, you don't want to live alone. That's the thing. Human beings, we're good. I mean, there's always been debate, like, we're not going to be around forever. And like, it's a crazy thing. I'm going to let you talk about it in the near future about mortality and stuff like that. Will it be the next one after this? Maybe. I don't know. I never plan these out. I just, whatever comes to mind, I talk about on the show. But this virus, man, this is crazy. It's scary. It's something we should fear about. But the one thing you need to have is hope. With hope, you can get through anything. Because knowing that for you, that you can get out of this. If you do the right things, if you stay smart, if you do what you're told, you will make it out. Hopefully. And a lot of people disregard hope. I don't. Because hope keeps people going. And I've been before this, been through some very tough times. I've been through some very bad things. Not like end of the world things for me, but it's like very bad things that like young man can really take psyche wise. But hope guided me through. And to quote Brandon Routh's Superman from Crisis on Infinite Earths, hope is what lifts us out of darkness. I do believe we will get through this. I don't know when. I don't know how. I just know we will get through this. As a human race, this is not the end of our story. And for a lot of us, we're just beginning our stories. And we will have the opportunity to continue that. I don't know when, but I strongly believe we will get through this. I don't know what the world will look like when we come out of it, but like everything else, we'll get through it together. Because I put faith that much highly in the human race. Because of the people I've met the family I have, the family I forged, the friends I made throughout the past 22 years of my life, I still have hope. I still believe we'll get through this. It's just a matter of when. But I believe that everything will be all right eventually. We will go for some more tough times. But that's how life is. All we can do is deal with the punches, do our damn best to fight back, and keep going. And that's what I encourage you to do. But at the end of the day right now, everyone stay safe. Stay home. And all you essential workers out there who are still working, because you're needed out there, grocery stores, pharmacies, shipping, medical professionals, all of them, you're doing a damn fine service to us. You should be commended when this is all over. And I know I'm including myself here, but it's like it's hard. It can get hard, but knowing that you're doing good is great, and you're helping people. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me, guys. So again, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Let Joe Talk. If you want to see more of Let Joe Talk, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please ring the bell for notification when we have a new video live. We have a brand new episode every single Wednesday. Like, favorite, share this episode if you please. Follow us on all the social media feeds. And again, stay safe during this time, guys. We will get through this. It's going to take some time, but we will get through this. And always help. Peace out.